Hello, everybody. Magandang gabi. This is part two of GPMS Philippines meeting of April. I'm gonna say I didn't see the clock, so I don't know if it's minimal and I have to get out of denial and get some glasses, or yeah, now I will be more because I couldn't even sign Sister Lody, and she was in a stream. So please, Sister. Continue what you were saying, please.
Yun lang, I forgot where I was. What am I in this? So I'm feeling like it's a download. It's not coming from me. So when I was caught, I lost it. But um I remember I was saying, um binabanggit ko po yung mga signs na nakikita natin ngayon sa ating kapaligiran ay yun po yung mga signs ng katapusan or end times. Pero hindi katapusan ng humanity, ng sangkatauhan, kundi yun ang katapusan ng darkness, ng mga gawain ng kasamaan, ng kadiliman. Kasi di po ba sinabi naman na ibinigay ang kapamahalaan ng buong sanlibutan sa dyablo. So yun. May permiso kaya nagawa ng darkness na dayain ang mga tao. Lahat ng kasamaan na nararanasan, na experience natin dito sa mundo ay dahil doon. Merong nagmamaniobra sa system, sa uri at takbo ng ating pamumuhay dito sa mundo at sila yung nasunod ng nasunod hanggang sa ngayon na eto na po yung tinakda na katapusan ng lahat at lumalabas na, marami nang nakakaunawa ng mga katotohanan. Nakikita na bubulgar na ang mga daya, ang mga inilihim sa tunay nating pagkatao bilang children of God. Parang sinadya po na tayo ay nagka-amnesia and then ipinasok sa isip natin para yung ating personalidad, yung ating totoong pagkatao ay hindi natin maunawaan at pinaniwalaan natin kung ano yung mga sinasabi nila. Kaya ganito po ang resulta ng ating pamumuhay ngayon na dapat nung nilikha ang unang tao at inilagay sa halamanan ng Eden kung saan ang lahat ay provided na, ang lahat ng pangangailangan ay nandun, kompleto na. Hindi natin kailangan magtrabaho, hindi natin kailangan bilhin, hindi uso ang pera. Ngayon po, tayo ay kumikilos, nabubuhay in survival mode sa pagkahagilap netong pera na ginamit ng sistema ng darkness para tayo ay maging alipin. Yun po yung klase ng pamumuhay na mayroon tayo ngayon at diyan tayo aalisin, hahanguin, palalayain through GPMS. Ang GPMS po ay instrumento. Modern day Noah's Ark kung saan tayo po ay kailangan na makasakay para alisin tayo sa present na klase ng pamumuhay natin. Hindi naman po yun. Hindi naman po yun yung literal tayong aalisin. From this mundo, from this earth, ay ililipat tayong lahat sa isang bagong earth. Kasi binabanggit natin na we are co-creating the new heaven on earth. Hindi po siya ganun na literal. Kundi, dito din sa mundo na ito, kung saan tayo naroroon, pero yung ating kamalayan, yung ating consciousness ay mababago. Mauunawaan na natin ang mga natutunan pala natin noon, ang mga itinuro pala sa atin noon ng gobyerno, ng edukasyon, ng relihiyon, at ng lahat-lahat na maging ang mga tradisyon na ipinasa sa atin ng ating mga magulang na nakuha din ng Manila at ipinasa lang din sa kanila na mga henerasyon na nauna sa kanila, yun po ang mabubura. Yun ang mauunawaan natin na hindi pala iyan ang dapat na katauhan natin. Or hindi iyan ang totoong tayo. Hindi iyan ang realidad natin. Yun pala ay resulta lang ng daya na inilagay sa kaisipan kamalayan nating mga tao. Sa dinami-dami ng mga nakaraan nakalipas na taon, sibilisasyon, yun po yun. Yun yung ating kinalalagyan ngayon. At yan ay magwawakas matatapos end times. Kapag may nagwakas, merong sumisibol na bago. New beginning. Doon po tayo ngayon, bumubungad sa atin ang bagong panimula, ang new heaven on earth, ang bagong mundo. Kung saan tayo pong lahat ng mga tao na mamumuhay ng may pagmamahalan, masagana, malaya, may freedom, at mapayapa. Kaya lahat po ng negativities, ng mga kasamaan, ng mga kaisipan or emosyon na kinimkim natin sa ating kalooban, yan po ay maaalis, lilinisin dahil wala iyang ah, espasyo or wala iyang, hindi iyan dapat mag-exist or wala talaga silang tsansa na mag-exist doon sa papupuntahan natin na new heaven on earth, wherein ang lahat ay mamumuhay sa pagmamahalan lang po. Kaya yun yung sinasabi ng iira lang ay universal law, do no harm. Dahil kapag mahal mo ang sarili mo, mahal mo ang kapwa mo, wala sa isip o kaisipan mo, ang kamalayan mo ang makagawa ka ng makakasakit, harm sa iyong kapwa, maging sa sarili mo at maging sa kalikasan, maging sa mga hayop na nasa karagatan or nasa kagubatan, lahat-lahat ng nilikha, we are one. Iisa po ang pinanggalingan natin. Kaya, do no harm. Yun po ang tinutukoy. Doon tayo lahat. Yun ang direksyon natin. Doon tayo papunta through GPMS, Divine Plan. Yun po yung ginagawa natin ngayon.
Yeah, this is time like to, it's as we were saying, to do the right thing. Know what suits you better for your own selfish comfort and this or that. Um, that's why we're in a kind of like, I don't want to call it hard, but in a transition where things were so disharmonic that there's some situations that at the moment we cannot get the instant reward, but you will with time. Because now we were gonna be faced with a lot of saying no to a system and to everything. And maybe you think that you're losing some privileges or some things, but in the long run, we all win. All here you may get a little bit of a win just for you, but it's transitory and it will go away. So we need something that is more permanent. We're rebuilding the foundations for this heaven and earth that we're building. It's not gonna go back. It's gonna be how do you say, phase safe. Have like there's no way that once we bring this higher frequencies and we bring heaven to earth, there's no way of going back, of regressing. There's no way. That's why we need to do those little regressions. If we need to do them now, for because then we're not going to be able. We're going forward. So if people still, but I need to have this and try to maintain old ideas of authority outside yourself, value outside of yourself and everything, you're just holding on to the old instead of advancing faster for the new, because here you think that you're gonna, okay, but I can have my car, my little car that I work so hard to. But in here, everybody have vehicles, so everybody already teletransporting or whatever. It's like there's no point of comparison. But our little mind, the ego, is like, it doesn't matter because that we don't know. This we have it here and we can maintain it. That's kind of like the mentality that we need to stop entertaining and to say to that little ego, it's okay if we can just give this so I don't pay more insurance, I don't pay more this or that, I get rid of a lot of things that tied me to the system, for example, and I can be a while without that mobility, like in this example, you find out that you can do that and suddenly you feel freer because we have less ties to that. So in this transition it feels a little bit odd, but we're building it to make this new reality on a solid foundation. So we need there now we're gonna see that we need to make some sacrifices that from the future we're gonna look back and we're not gonna see them as sacrifices at all. We're gonna see it the other way around, seeing why didn't I just thrown everything before to make this happen faster? That's what we're trying to share with a lot of people. When your mind gets in a place of getting fearful and all these thoughts that bring how I'm gonna pay this or pay that, it's okay, let's step back, take a deep breath. In the new reality, what would I be doing? Okay, what is the closer that I can do that in this now? And that's how we start bringing those higher actions into now. Like I think we talked about it in the other meeting, but about school, for example. So a lot of people, they're struggling to send their children to school to have an education, to have a future. We already know that that education is not education, and that doesn't uh, it doesn't ascertain a future or an outcome or something. It has nothing to do with it. So I would ask, why are you using that money for that? You can save that money for, I don't know, maybe moving to another place that you can have your natural water and your food and all those things. That would be being kind to yourself, living a stressful way of life to a much peaceful one. That you can really like be in peace every time your mind sends something mildly scary. You just look at it and why? Why should I be scared? Because I'm this godly, divine self of pure love and consciousness. Why should be? What should we fear? What? Why? We start asking this kind of questions, and we see if I am. Can I feel? Can I have these ideas, this fear? And no. So we gotta choose. What are we gonna be? The I am or the I am not? That we already spoke about this. We're not gonna go into it again. And what you were saying, sister, this unconditional love, it must be first with yourself. And so this is the time to be patient with yourself, but knowing that we need to choose what is right, not what looks better, or I'm maybe worried about what others would say, so I choose a lesser path. No, it's like now we must be responsible, perseverant, diligent, and everything to keep going to the higher and not energize all that fear narratives. If not, we are putting our attention in something outside, creating a monster or enemy or something. But really, in that moment, the only enemy is your own mind that is trying make you buy that story that we know is false. So we really, at this time, the most important thing, and we always say that, is to take care of your own energy and try not to distract yourself on looking too much of what is going in the outside, what others are doing, what others are saying. I've been talking also with some people that they're kind of starting to practice, to live with this idea that, okay, I'm a divine being, not just a simple human, like more animalistic, but I'm a divine light being, let's say in a human body, and just trying to walk that walk. And then when faced with the outside of what others say to them, they start to doubt. Oh, maybe I'm not. Maybe I'm. And now in this future that we want to create, there cannot be any doubts. So this is the moment to start like acting without those doubts, with this certainty. We can't, we have to stop saying things just for saying and not then being it or acting accordingly in coherence to what we say. So this requires an honest look to ourselves and to try to do our best to remain inner hired in a coherent way. And if not, that's where you are loving yourself unconditionally. Today I couldn't do it. Okay. I love myself. It's okay. We learned we had to make a little bit of a tweak again. It's okay. Be kind with yourself. Try again tomorrow. And every day we become better and better and better at practicing to live as the gods we say we are. And we are all that. It's not that I am and you're not. We all are that. And we're just helping each other. Remember, we were laughing a little bit yesterday saying sometimes we have to put, use tools, mantras, affirmations. And it's like how funny it is that we need to write it down. I am love, and all these things that we only have to write it down and read it to remember. I am love. I love myself. I love every living being. And we need to repeat it to remember it, because the environment we were in was absolutely like the opposite of natural. So everything was upside down. Nobody could learn how to love themselves in that environment. So now we're trying very hard, like to remember, but to remember to never forget again. And that's it's the same as GPMS. We thought it would be easier, no? Everybody should be able to remember how to love themselves, and it should be easy. Yeah, everybody should be able to see what GPMS is and just choose it like that. It's super easy. But then when you're doing the work, oh, it's not that easy. Well, it doesn't matter. That's what we're gonna do. So, and we are gonna do it because it's already done. The same with GPMS. So don't worry if it's taking a little bit longer. It's just kind of like waiting for our brothers and sisters to be even more ready so we can roll out this beautiful divine idea massively. So everything is good, everything is okay. As long as we keep doing this inner work and being unconditional, loving with yourself, and being your own authority and understanding your own value, your own worth, that's the only thing we need to work on. And then everything will become easier and easier. But we need to raise a little bit more the vibration so people can more easily see GPMS. If not, they're so scared that then when they see GPMS, it's like, how? How? And there's so many questions. And they come with other schemes like the pyramid. I still, today we were talking, there's some still going with those systems, now that they do something and ask for 10 people for some money, and then 10 people, they ask another 10 people But it's the same thing. There's a few that gets the money, but the most of them they don't. It's still a scam. It doesn't help. And again, we're working for the benefit of all, not just a few. So, yeah. Sis, back to you.
Yes, I have seen Sister Rhoda.
Yeah, Pangasinan.
Hi. Yes, yes. Hello, Sister Rhoda. Do you have any comment, question, concerns, Sister Rhoda?
See, she was
Kumusta
saying
po
she's in the
dyan
chat.
sa...
She said, sorry,
Yes.
I'm late. Please, no, never be sorry about those kind of things. We're glad you're here. And she's writing something down, sis. Maybe she cannot. Ah, there she is. Hey, sis.
There. So
Hello, Ma'am Lody.
lovely.
Good evening.
Hi.
Kumusta po kayo?
So, nasa part 2 na tayo. And yung mga present kanina, wala sila ngayon. And so far, baka meron kang gustong itanong kay Sister Mariana.
Okay naman po, Ma'am Lodi, kasi nung nagtanong ako kanina sa update, naintindihan ko na pinag-aralan ko at saka inisip ko mabuti yung ano kanina, yung update ninyo. So, kaya ako nagtanong para i-confirm ko yan. Nasagot naman po.
Thank you. Kasi I shared in the GC about the what Brother Rick did said in the Zoom meeting last night, Sunday. So, and it's already on the website that uh, they have increased the initial fund from $20,000 to $30,000, the initial release of the funds, and then the monthly from $10,000 to $20,000. So I shared that short message in all of the GCs of GPMS. So
Here.
the
Yes.
others are asking if does it mean that the implementation is very near? So of course
See,
it's not
I
yet.
would like to think implementation is very near, like, and but you know what? I'm going to tell you something. Every day we're nearer.
True.
It's gonna happen.
Yes.
We cannot pinpoint like a date or something. But we were talking about that today. Because as we said, there are some things also going in GPMS as the global community has to go through a cleansing and a yeah, a twitching, so everything is aligned, and not we just say it's aligned and then we discover it's not. But this was not something that was like discussed. We didn't see it. So we still don't know like whom decided like to make that change. So then we're gonna also for sure have that subject risen up because we would like, as it was said in the beginning, that every decision that involves changing something that is fundamental, like the website, that it would be run by the representatives and everybody that are volunteering to participate in these kind of things to be informed. Um, so okay, that happened, but again, I feel it's not for us. What's kind of like the real difference when everything is gonna be kind of open? Like money is not gonna be. We're not putting the focus on the money. The money was mainly like to say, okay, if you have some expenses that you need something like to play with, okay, don't worry, we're gonna have them and we're gonna have more than enough. But it's not the main thing. The main thing with GPMs is is the freedom, the equalness, the everybody having the same possibilities to advance. But also we're getting a little bit ahead of maybe it's kind of a sign of their own anxiety, because we all would like to have GPMS implemented as soon as possible. But when you start realizing why everything is a little bit procrastinated, oh, it seems from here, then we know that everything is divinely timed at the same time. But there are some things that require a little bit more work than we thought, and whatever. Increasing just the money is like trying to get more like an incentive. But I think the incentive, it should be enough with knowing that we're doing the right thing and not putting or focusing the money that we're gonna have, but focusing that we're freeing the world from money. It's one of the things that we're freeing from. That's why it's kind of a little bit funny. We just saw it like also today. So if you ask me, it was like, okay, that happened. Okay. Does it change the fundamentals of GPMS? No, it's a detail. Okay. And in the details, we don't want to get like so much worked up on them because again, if we don't have the fundamentals really settled, we cannot take care of the details. And if we focus too much in the details, we'd lose track of the fundamentals. And we prefer to go back to, if not, is the question that most people ask in all the groups. When is the money coming? When is the money coming? So now they say, oh, it's even more money. Oh, so when it's coming? It doesn't change much for me. So it's just numbers. For me, the important thing is that we understand more and more that we are the value. And the money system and all the system that we were under the influence, like a spell or hypnotized, was simply wrong, savage. So the less tools that we use from that system, the better. Uh, so yeah, I wouldn't put much importance in that system. But yes, spreading the word is something that we do from our hearts to get to that freedom, to get to that reality where all brothers and sisters see themselves as equal and not because if not, it's still like who's gonna get more money, who's gonna help what with money, money, money. But it's always money, the main thing that is being like people are waiting more the money than the freedom itself. And that's where it feels a little bit really we can do much better. If not, we're still working on the old paradigm where the material is the important and not the energy ourselves. But yeah, so don't like lose hope. And when people go turning around with money and everything, I would like to ask to those people that they worry about money so much and having a few questions that they would see that money is not as important as I think. So that's another thing maybe that this invites us to think a little bit that. And once, try to be honest with the answer. Okay, am I doing this just for having money or for something else? If it's for something else, that is what we want, the freedom, the abundance, the absolute equality that everybody can have the same possibilities and everything. That's the goal that we're looking for. Then it doesn't matter the number that it's on the website. But yeah, I guess it's a little bit about the anxiety of wanting to bring more people in. But we also know that people are gonna come in when they're ready for it. And we cannot speed that up. The only thing we can speed it up is our own process. And then that is contagious. But that's why first always focus in one's work. And as you are saying, try to not entertain anything negative that we would say. I don't know if
Yes.
there is something else is.
Um, the way I am observing the others who have not yet understand that ascension is really what we are focusing. now and not uh, of the material things that will soon happen for all. Mm, let's say
And also
the
this
fact.
trust thing, because anything can change in any moment. We heard that already from like the galactics and whatever. They already given the blueprints from for these free energy devices and everything. That the idea is that from above they're also rushing. They also want to make everything as soon as possible. And one of the things that they were saying is like we already have, because if they roll free energy tomorrow and they say, okay, there's 100 people that already have these devices and they give it for free and it's free energy, everything changes like that. So always have that possibility. Don't fix yourself that the only way is to get to 3 billion GPMs. There are other things that can help that happen too. Anything can change in any moment. But they also said that they were having a lot of work, our higher selves or galactic family, however you want to call it, because of this negativity that still the beings are entertaining. They're having like extra work trying to manage the frequencies that we ourselves are not managing correctly. So the best thing you can do to help you all is manage your own energies. The less negativity that we entertain, the better everything goes. Now I'm gonna do this, sister. See,
To check
one
the time.
minute and 10 seconds remaining.
Okay, so I think we need to
See, you live and you learn, sister.
wrap up. Yeah.
But we need to accept it. Yeah, it was my bad. I wasn't seeing the. Now I'm.
Mm. So, with all of that being said, uh, let's just continue on sharing GPMS. Whoever will understand what is really the purpose of this. It's from within. Their inner standing is from within, and we all have our higher selves and our guides to tell us. So let's just listen, try to listen to our heart, try to have some silent moment and assess